It. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you.
Lisa isn't going to talk much, I think, during this one.
Jeez, it's getting so bad.
It
Ah,
is. It is. I'm
all right, I
sorry.
have to shout to get anything out.
No, don't shout. Don't shout.
I know, right?
So, welcome. We're sorry we're a couple minutes late. We were
Yes.
just getting ready and things happen. So,
Yep.
the
Making
beauty of lives.
adjustments. Making adjustments. Okay, so we just got the notification. I just saw it pop up. So we're ready
Okay.
to
I'm going
roll.
to turn my phone down so I don't hear anything. Okay. So, welcome, everyone. I am Ann Butler, and this is Lisa Rojas, my creative girlfriend and partner for Bella Crafts Publishing. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Rosario. Snowy day here. Oh,
Hey,
I have
girls.
snow everywhere, but it's not snowing. So,
Okay, you want
thankful.
to know? Okay, who brought that up? Jimmy? Okay,
Snow, yeah,
yes. All right. You know that I'm in Southern California. All
in
right.
the high desert.
In the high desert where it's, always warm. But 2 days ago, it was 70 degrees. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Yesterday, it snowed.
And how long did it last?
Not long,
Okay.
but it snowed. It snowed enough for Zoe to go outside and play in it.
Fun.
But I mean, how do you go from a sunny day to snow in 24 hours? It was insane.
It just does happen. Yeah.
I know. And then it
Today,
poured.
yeah, it's supposed to be in the 30s and tomorrow 1 degree.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, it just seems normal here.
Oh my
Hi,
gosh.
Laura. Glad you're back. Haven't seen you in a while.
We haven't. Hi, Laura. All right. I gotta turn my heater down a little.
That's fine.
There we go. Okay.
Today, when Lisa was doing her live, she was going to share a project using the gel medium. Or
Yeah.
the gel duo. So I did this. I think it's dry enough. Along the edges, it seems like it's not.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
took one of my stencils and I did this on
Oh,
mat board
yeah.
because today I am using Eileen's passport die. Eileen Hall, for those of you that don't know her, I am using her passport die, and this has been cut out. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But what I was going to show you and will show you was, so this is her passport die. I don't like the white inside there. So I used rubber bands.
Okay.
For the closure. So I can slip these right out.
Right. And put something else.
And I'm going to put like a cream color in here. I just think that would look so much better. And
That's what I was going to ask you.
I was going to take a picture of this and put it, but it didn't show the texture anyway. I took the picture and you couldn't see these cool little metal corners.
Yep. I love those. I have some of those.
And I haven't done the closure yet. But what I was really going to share was how you can stencil right on mat board to create any kind of texture. I don't know why everything seems so crooked right now to me. But to do any kind of texture for your journals.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
I love Eileen's dies too, Laura, and bookmaking is fabulous fun. So, and her passport, what's so cool about her passport die is you get the covers and of course the spine, but you also get a die that cuts all the pages for you.
I love that.
That's what I love, because I can just do it.
Yep.
And yeah, so this is what I'm going to show you, but I have my laminator turned on. First, I'm going to show you, maybe I'll do this last, make sure it's totally dry.
Okay.
the foiling technique.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll set that aside over here. And for those of you that don't know, of course, we do have a free magazine that you can sign up for. Go to our website. Lisa will put a link in here later. You can go to our website and click you want it, and it'll be delivered right to your inbox every single time. I'm working on the spring issue currently, which will be out in March. So that's what we're doing. And
Nice pretty colors too. I can't wait.
they are, yeah, it's a
Nice
beautiful
and
color
bright.
palette that, yeah, we have
Yes.
for spring. So hopefully it all just comes together beautifully.
It
And
always does.
yeah. Oh, yes. So I'm going to move my stuff for the foiling part aside, and I'll turn my camera down. Lisa's going to have to move
Yep.
me over,
I
and
will move you over. Hopefully, unless I'm going to be moving me. Yep. Okay.
yeah, I think you have to go out, and then you go out and come back in, and you'll be on the other side.
Okay. Wait, can I do this? And
No,
then maybe switch.
you have to go out.
Okay. I have to go out out of the live.
Here, I'll do it. And then there we go.
Yay.
Okay.
Yay. Okay. Still learning this new program, guys.
Okay, so what I'm hoping you guys can see.
Bring it
That
down just a
beautiful
smidge because it's kind of,
that texture.
oh yeah, you can totally see the texture.
So
Yeah.
what did I put up? Pam, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to foil after, but right now I'm going to show how to do this with the paste. So I'm going to put a craft sheet down. And this is the die I'm using. It's Eileen's Passport die. And like what I said, it's so cool because it comes with the pages. So you can die cut all of your pages, the spine. So the holes in the pages line up perfectly with the spine. And then it comes with the cover that you cut twice. So you cut a front and back cover. And I have a variety of stencils with Stencil Girl. And you can go on their website and check out all those stencils I have. I don't know, maybe there's like 20 or 30 of them. I'm not even sure. But this is the one that I'm using today. And I cut some extra mat board out of the front and back covers. I move that aside. And I just place that down. I feel like everything's crooked. I need to move stuff over. There. And I'm placing this down. And when I place it down, I want to make sure that I have some of these lines going. I don't want it like on the very edge, so it'd be blank, right where that little line is that won't cover. So I make sure some of the lines are going off. And this makes a continuous pattern. And for this, I'm using some of the purple tape just to hold it in place, just to hold that stencil in place. And I'm also using Light and Fluffy Molding Place from the Crafters Workshop. You can use, there's a variety of paste out there you can use. This one is nice because it is light and fluffy. It's not really thick and creamy to get out. It's just, I don't know if you can tell, but it's super light. So you just take, and it doesn't matter if you take too much because you're going to save what you aren't using. So I just take a big scoop and put it across the top of my mat board. I want to make sure that whole thing's covered. And I add just a little bit more. You don't have to, because you're probably going to have enough, but I like to be sure. So I do about a quarter of my pattern. And with stencils, what's really cool is when you have a repeating pattern that you can do this with. You can do it with all sorts of stencils that, like Rebecca stencils, are beautiful, and you could do just the butterfly, or you could do just parts of it. But with this, all you do is, this is, of course, a hotel key card that I have. And you just come down and you scrape it. So you want to make sure you're scraping and there's something actually there too, though. So you scrape it. And then all of this excess, like over here, this is on my mat. I'm just scraping that extra off. And then I put it all back into my jar, because my stencil, even though it looks like it's filthy, is totally clean. It was washed. And so it's fine. So you can take and put all of this back, and you know you're not going to contaminate it. And I find with these little jars of molding paste and textures, you want to use them once you open them. You don't want them sitting around for 4 years. You know, you want to use them so they don't dry out. But to help with that, make sure you take a baby wipe or something and wipe it around the edge and put the cover back on. That way there's nothing built up, so the cover isn't going on completely. And then these two things I'm going to put right away into a thing of water. And I have this tape here. What's really cool is you can kind of look. You can pull this up slowly to make sure that your texture went all the way down to the bottom, and I can see that mine did. So then you can just pull this off. And I like to lift it up and away from this outer edge of texture that's built up, and just kind of wipe the edges, because the edges will dry hard too. And then you'd have to, you know, like take a little piece of sanding paper to sand it off. I don't know if you can see, if I hold it just right, let that focus, if you can see that texture.
Just a little.
Can you see it? Just
Yeah,
a little. It's wet on wet. So now I'm going to take, this isn't dry yet. I'm going to take this extra and put into the jar also, because you don't want to waste any of it. You've paid for this product.
Yes.
You want to make sure you get all the use out of it that you can. But wipe that edge again. Now I want to show you, if you're making a bunch of these, you don't have to wet this and wash the entire thing, but you really do need to wipe it. And I'm going to show you why. You just want to wipe all that excess away, because if you make a mistake and you don't get that texture on that entire piece, I have one here. Of course I do. I have one here. Okay, so you can see that texture. Now that's dry. You can see that texture better.
Yep.
And there's little pieces of black here and there, because I don't know if my paint just, I don't know. But right here, there is no texture.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
That's because I had taken this from one and did another one right away, and it was up near the top. So it was built up on here, so it didn't go through, which is odd, but that's what happened. But it's good because it happened for a reason. That way I can show you how to fix it.
There
You
you
let
go.
it dry 100%. And then you can line this up exactly where the pattern is, because all those little lines will fit right in there. And then you can take and put some of that texture right in that area and lift it off and let that dry, and then you're done.
That's so cool.
So, I mean, I just like to give those tips just because accidents happen and everybody doesn't always get the same results. And when Lisa and I are doing these, sometimes it might look like it's so easy. It doesn't mean that we haven't done it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
to make it work perfectly. So
yeah, exactly.
we just want you guys to always know that things happen and they can be fixed.
Yep. I haven't found anything yet that I can't fix.
So I have 2 craft sheets here. I'm going to move this one so I don't interrupt that one that's drying. And this sheet is like very well loved.
We love that.
What I did next was, once this was dry, I took and I did a wash of black paint. Just plain acrylic paint. I used plaid apple barrel, I think. Just plain black paint. And I would do the back side too. But I wanted to show you how I did the front after that. Now I have got these beautiful watercolors, glacé with Emerald Creek. And that's what I used to give it the wash. And this is, you know, I'm not sure you can see that very well. It's beautiful in person, but I used the bronze. So
okay.
I think on this one, maybe I'm going to try and use the emerald. Maybe try something different. Just because I'm not sure that you guys can see the bronze that well. And it is really pretty. And I just want you to see how easy it is.
Or you could use the blue.
I could use the blue for Lisa.
Just saying.
Just saying. Yep. Only if I can get I was going the wrong way with the lid.
I hate when I do that.
Okay. So normally when I use the watercolors, I use it in the lid. You know, I'll wash it out and I'll put it in the lid. And I'm using just a regular paintbrush. Today I'm using a water brush, and I'm going to go directly from the pan because I'm going to use a lot of it. And what I do is I squeeze some of this water brush out, squeeze some of that water.
Oh, and you're going to use the whole thing. I see.
Just pick up that color. And you can do this a couple different ways. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh, you will be when it dries, I bet. Yep.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So I just went over it with, on the sample, I used copper. And while it's beautiful in person, the camera isn't being very nice to it.
Yeah, we know that happens. Oh, look at that.
So that's all I do. So as you're doing this, because this pattern is like 3 little stripes going, it makes kind of a hexagon. So it's going in 3 different directions. The part that's down in the crevices still has some black showing. So it really makes that pattern show up really well.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful with the blue.
And the more you put on, the more vibrant it will be. But you can also squeeze the water from here to thin it out if you want to not have it so deep. I kind of like it because it's going against the black.
Yeah, I do too.
But I like black in the background of things. You know, you could have done it simply on the white the way it was too.
That's
Not
really
going to do this
pretty.
whole thing. But that's all you do. Just a water brush and oh
There
my
it
gosh.
is. Look at
Is
that.
that not
That's
stunning?
beautiful.
So that would have shown up better on camera than my brush. Now that I can see that. But
Well, we don't always know that when we're making them, though.
right. So that's all you do. And for the back cover, I'm going to put the cover on here.
I love that blue.
I know you do. Isn't that beautiful?
Mm.
So for the back cover, I just left it plain. I painted it black and I went over it with a wash of the bronze. And you can see those lines just kind of everywhere. And then the inside is just black. So for the journal, you get the spine, and you can do this spine on the outside or on the inside covers. I chose, all I did was I glued it to the inside covers. Right there.
Oh, yep, yep.
I glued it to the inside covers so that I could put these metal corners on all four corners of the front.
Oh.
And that's the only reason I did that.
Because you wouldn't be able to, because the spine would get in the way, right?
Right.
Okay.
That's why I put the spine, and I just did the same. I did a wash of the watercolor over the black.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I don't like the white paper, like I said. I'm going to use a cream. And I found this very cool button because I was trying to think of a closure. And I thought I would just do the button, but I want a bow on here too. So I'm going to use ribbon and use the ribbon at the end.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to add the button. I mean, you can do anything at all with her journals.
Yeah.
They're just so beautiful. And another thing, like these watercolors are heat set. So make sure you just use a heat gun to set it. And once you do that, you won't be able to come back in to dilute it anymore. If you get the color you want, make sure you heat set it.
Right.
And then it stays. Whereas like with the blue, like if this dries and I wanted to and I didn't heat set it, I can come in with the water brush and thin that out. Or I can take a baby wipe.
Wipe the color off, yeah.
And wipe some of that color off. So you just want to heat set if you're using the glacé and you have the color exactly the way you want it. So that's one way to use that stencil. And then
because and there's a comment yes. from Laura. Can you see the comment from Laura?
There's something different about these paints is that they're heat set. So you can heat set them, and like if I had the blue right here and I heat set it, I could put yellow next to it and they won't blend. If you wanted them to blend, you do it before heat setting, but they also work on fabric. So that's something different, that they actually work on fabric.
Yeah, they're beautiful on fabric. My goodness.
So I'm going to take, I have my laminator all warmed up.
And I see that Chris is watching us on YouTube. Hi, Chris.
Oh, hi.
Yep, she's watching us on YouTube.
That's fun. We just started streaming to both services, so it's nice to have somebody watching.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing with this stencil as I did the first one, but for this one I used the Transfer Gel Duo, which is for foil. And I did this right after Lisa's live, so I'm hoping, I think it's dry enough. Because and it's really kind of hard to tell on the white. I think it gets a little bit more glossy.
Yeah.
So this is a true test, ladies. I don't know. I don't know about these results, but I do know that I love foiling. But Lisa had done, said she was going to do this, and then she didn't have time because she wasn't feeling well. So I thought I could just show you real quick because I think Jimmy was the one that wanted to see it. I'm just cutting. I have a piece of copy paper here. I just cut it a little bit because I let mine run through twice on my laminator because I just always have better results. And I'm putting that down. It's still a bit sticky on the edges. So I'm hoping that this works. We'll see. And then I'm putting the foil shiny side up. And you just kind of make a sandwich. And I haven't ran matte board through here. Last week I ran chipboard through here. So matte board will be a test because it's much thicker.
There you go.
And this way we know if it works with the laminator, which is a good thing. But with foils, it's just always amazing how they turn out.
The reveal, that's my favorite part.
The reveal, yes. So I'm waiting for this to come out, and that's the most impatient part.
I know, right? Because you want to see it right away.
And it's worse because I do it twice. Especially with this chipboard. I just feel like I feel better if I do it twice. And then I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to cut a piece of this black paper down to about the right size.
Here's a question for you, Anne.
Laminators are very inexpensive. They're about 20 bucks.
Yep.
I think this one may have been 30, but you can get them on Amazon. I've seen them, the Scotch one in Walmart. So the big box stores.
Yep, that's where I got mine. And it was $20.
Okay, so.
And it works fabulous.
Oh,
it looks like it's going to.
It looks like it's going to work, right? I mean,
yep.
And this would make a beautiful book cover too.
I'm surprised that matte board went through.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
A little bit came up right there. But if I would have had this dry totally 100%, like over here, it looks way better than those couple right there. But I would still use it. I would totally use this.
Oh, yeah. You could cover that up with an embellishment if you needed to.
Right. But see, right here along the edges, it's still sticky. So, I mean, I knew I was pushing it by doing it this soon. Isn't that beautiful?
That's gorgeous, Anne. Oh, my God.
And because this wasn't perfect, see right there? Let me see. You can see that little piece of matte board on the foil.
Oh, yeah.
So that was still wet. And this area what probably was too wet because it just kind of blended. I'm going to see if I can take this piece of matte board off of here. Oh, see, it's stuck there. And I'm going to put this on a piece of my black toner paper.
Yes, this is what I love.
So this is going to have the same imperfections that are on the original piece you did. So if you have some imperfections, they're going to show up exactly that way on the toner paper. So I know already this isn't going to be perfect, but I'm fine with that because I just want to show you guys.
Oh, yeah, I love this.
So you do the same thing. You take that leftover foil and you stick it in here. And then I wanted to show you guys what I was talking about on Lisa's live. Here's one of these sentiments from the pack of sentiments. It says happy birthday.
I love those sentiments, Anne. They're so cool.
So I'm going to take and cut this down. And when that goes through for the second pass, if I have enough room, I'm going to stick this in there too. So I can stick this, let me see. I can move this over a little. I'm not totally in view. So I'm just moving this over a little because I like to run it through twice, like you guys know. And I'm putting that sentiment right here.
And that you can just run it through once, right? Because it's not really big.
Yeah. You know,
So,
if that's not as big of a thing. Like when I'm doing all over, a lot of people only do it once and it works perfectly for them. I had issues. So I always run mine through twice just because it makes things go better for me. And
I haven't had any problems going just once.
Yes, Laura, you would have to have a laser printer. And if you print something from a laser printer, it should work just perfectly. So I'm going to move this up here a little bit so you guys can see. So this is going to have the opposite.
See, that just,
And see, it's stuck just a little bit there. That foil was still wet from the transfer gel. So, I mean, if you let it totally dry, it would work perfectly. But isn't that cool? One piece of foil.
Yeah.
And you get two totally different looks. And you're not wasting that foil. See, you've used that entire piece where that square was. I mean, you have this that you can still use on a project if you want to do little lines, or as Lisa knows, I save every little last bit. Yep. This one I've only ran through once. But isn't that pretty?
That's so pretty.
So now I want to show you.
Love those sentiments.
What you can do so you get more than one sentiment. I would have this pre-die cut, but like I would actually cut this out before I did it with the die, so it was nice and straight. But here's a piece of the black toner, and I'm going to put that happy birthday right on there.
Oh, look at that.
And I'm going to put this through.
Now, if you're running it through like this, Anne, do you have to, I mean, is it okay that it's a smaller piece? You don't have to get the wrinkles out first? Because
for a little tiny piece like that, yeah, I wouldn't care. And there weren't a lot of wrinkles when I took this off.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, if there were a ton of wrinkles, I would run the foil through the carrier sheet all by itself, just to kind of straighten that out a little bit. And I notice, like on some projects when it's really bad, and then I'll do it. But if it's not, I don't do it every time. If it looks fine, I'm going to run this one through twice, only because it's more solid. It's the black.
I'm wondering if it's because of the thickness of the gel. Because the gel is so thick.
Of why it didn't wrinkle?
Yes.
It could be. You know, I'm not even sure why.
You're getting a lot more on the actual project.
Because I know, like if you use, sorry, I was going to the wrong camera. If you use the Transfer Gel Duo and you let it dry completely to a tack, you can take and put your foil on there and rub, and some of that foil will transfer. It might not transfer as well as if you used a laminator, is the only thing. So I'm going to shut that off.
I've done that in the past, Anne, where I've used like a scraper to kind of put it on, and then use a scraper to have it adhere better instead of running it through the laminator. Look at that.
Okay. Well, I haven't pulled the foil off yet.
I know, but I like it just like that already.
I know, right? You could use it just like that. Isn't that cool?
I love that.
So you can use that. It'd be beautiful on a card with the black background, you know, layered and stuff.
Yeah,
But see, so even with the sentiments, you can get 2
that's
if you're
perfect.
foiling. But like I said, all of the sentiments, like this package has, I think, 61. There are some that have very, very, very tiny writing, and that might not transfer as well with the foil. Just so you know, they all might not work as well as some.
Right.
Just so you know. But isn't that beautiful?
Love that.
Yeah, and foiling is just so much fun, you know.
And don't forget, and to tell them where to get your products.
Lisa can put a link in here if okay.
Okay.
So if
Here's a question for Laura while I'm looking for the link.
So if you're looking for my papers, they're on my website. And it just says Shop Ann Butler or Shop, and you can find them there. Could you use another color on top of the second happy birthday? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can double foil it, and it works beautifully. So yes, I did that in a show. It's probably last fall. But you can. So give that a try, or I'll do it again sometime. But these are available on my shop, and the sentiments. The stencils are available at stencilgirl.com.
I'll do Stencil Girl next.
Yeah. So it's like stencilgirl.com/Ann Butler. But yeah, so this is just so much fun. I mean, and I see people are putting in hashtag Bella Crafts. Yes, make sure you put in hashtag Bella Crafts to be entered in for the giveaway for next week. I am giving away a sampler pack. So you would get one of each of the designs from the geometrics, one sheet, and you'd get one sheet of each of the florals, and you would get, I think it's 12 sheets or 6 of the toner paper. I think it's 6 sheets of the toner paper. And then you get an assortment of 12 sentiments. So that's what the sampler pack is. And that's what whoever wins next week will get.
Yay!
So as far as last week we had the Crafters Workshop.
Yes.
And the winner from that, and she's here, is Laura Kindbaum. So Laura, you won last week's giveaway. So make sure that you send us a message with your physical address, because it is actually, I have the stuff here. So I'd be mailing it out Friday when I go to the post office on Friday. If you get me your address, I would get that in the mail to you. Congratulations, Laura.
Congratulations, Laura. It's so exciting when they're actually here.
I know, right? It is.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
love
okay, this is fun. So yes, it is. But I hope you guys liked the project today. I mean, it wasn't really, I don't even know if it was a real project, because
Of course it was.
it was just showing you how to use your stencils in another way. I mean, I think that you can use them in so many ways that I don't think we think of a lot of times.
I know I don't.
I mean, like doing this with the transfer gel, that's a perfect book cover to me.
Yep.
So, and right here where this happened, where it was still wet, that's where the side of the spine could go.
There you go.
So it would cover it.
And cover it right up. Yeah.
So that would be beautiful. So get out the tools you guys already have and use them. I mean, I know I have a lot of stuff. But it's good for you to get out the stuff that you have. And I have to find this because I lost Julie's.
Oh, I'm still here.
No, I know. But it just disappeared on my.
Oh, well.
So I can't see anything. There you are. Okay. It's like the screen went away. That's because
Oh,
my phone rang.
ah,
And it rang on my computer.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, because mine switches and goes to my home
Yeah.
page when something
And
happens.
my home phone is ringing now. So it's a,
Insane.
but Emerald Creek. Yes, the paints are on Emerald Creek website.
Okay, I will
And
get that in there real quick.
Rosaria, oh, I'm glad you loved it. There are so many possibilities. Jimmy, you won the week before, chose paper craft book. Jimmy, that's right, because you wanted one book and then you wanted one of Eileen's, but then you couldn't find where to find Eileen, so I didn't know which one to send you. So Jimmy, send us a private message and we'll send you the titles of Eileen's books so you can pick out which one you want. Okay? So make sure you do that.
There we go. Oh, okay. Yes, and look at your beautiful glitters are on here.
Yeah, I don't have them yet, but yes, they are beautiful, aren't they?
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to put the link in right now.
Yes.
So that would be for your Emerald Creek products. You have so many different lines now. It's like, my goodness.
There's a few. There's a few.
She's a busy girl.
Got to stay busy. Those grandkids can't keep me busy all the time.
Oh, yeah, right? I know. Oh, my gosh.
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Yeah.
And I hope you liked just learning another way to use your stencils. And be sure and come back next week. We will be doing an interview.
Yes.
Yep. It's the fourth Wednesday. So we will announce who that interview is with early next week so that you can make sure you come and join us at 2:00 Central Time for that. In the meantime,
take a little time to craft because it's good for your soul. It really is. It's helped me a lot, you guys.
Yeah, both of us. Yes.
Yes, both of us.
So thank you so much.
Have a great week, everybody. See ya.